How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, to week 38 on my Mounjaro journey. So it's just getting closer. It really is getting closer to that target. While doing these calculations for my video, I've literally realized I have 33.3% left of my target to reach, which means I've hit 66 or lost 66.7% of my target in less than 9 months. So last week I lost yet again another £6, which was unreal. So if you haven't watched the last few videos, I've just been slowly getting there. I've had a few ups and downs. When I've been down, I've been really down. When I've had up, you know. I lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks. Then I lost nothing for 3 weeks. Then put on a couple of pounds. Of course I did. From that £12 loss to only, so put on £2 from that £12 loss. Then end up on losing last week a further £6 in total. So yet again hit my yet lowest weight, which was 16 stone. So at the very beginning of this journey, I would have never imagined to be the weight that I am now in less than 9 months. No way. Because let's be honest, it's not magic. You know, you have to put work into anything that you do, and I genuinely do that. I've done multiple things trying to achieve that, whether I've been, well, I actually did do, I think, 136 days straight of intermittent fasting, which for me was working great, and still is working great, to be honest. It's just, I just find it quite easy. Basically just sort of skip breakfast and sort of maybe even lunch sometimes. So Dosage is slowly progressing back up. Why? Because so when I was on 7.5 milligrams, I lost the most amount of weight. I mean, considering I've been on that since September, something crazy like that. Reset it because I had a little stall when I didn't lose any weight. So a few months ago, restarted. So 2.5 milligrams, working myself back up. And I did do 3.75 for a little while. And considering I've never been on that, it was actually working quite well. Losing weight, not as effective, but you know, getting on with it. Slowly progressing. Went back up to 5 milligrams, which was so much more noticeable. So if you remember, I did mention that I've had a lot going on lately, you know, party wise and just busy mum, stuff like that. A lot of going out, which, you know, when you're on something like this, you're not as social. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite awkward, I find. Anyway, I'd love to know about you guys. So, like, for example, you know, I went out for a party last week. I actually went out twice. I went Saturday night and Sunday. Again, really busy. And just the whole eating and drinking, and you know, it can be quite uncomfortable when I did personally find it a little bit on the uncomfortable side, because I've not done anything like this for ages. Because I don't know, it's difficult, you know, when everyone's normal and you're sitting there and you're, I don't know, I think only people on GLP-1s would understand something like this. Anyway, so I enjoyed myself as much as I could, and then Monday morning, from Monday anyway, I got Sulphur Burps back. I mean, again, I didn't try to like limit myself as, or exclude myself as I have had from a good while, but I did have a bit more food that I'm used to, and genuinely that, so Monday morning comes, and something I've not had since Boxing Day, Sulphur Burps. Nowhere near as bad, don't get me wrong, but wow, like that's basically just eating more than you can chew, right? And obviously GLP-1s are slowing down your digestive tract and stuff like that, so obviously I've eaten more than I'm used to, and then my body's trying to process that or slow that down. So yeah, Monday and Tuesday I was at work, and I had the occasional, very subtle, but my god, nowhere near as bad as when I did that 12.5 milligram golden dose for Christmas, because again, my first Christmas on Mounjaro, so I didn't know when I would do it. I was worried, I was working myself up, and then when I had that, oh my god, like burping for 4 days straight, like absolutely disgusting. My wife didn't even want me in the house. Anyway, so Dosage. So I've done a 5 milligram dose for the last few weeks, and honestly, you know what, jumping up, you notice the difference. It feels so much better. It really, really does. And yet again, I've got something else coming up this weekend, and you know what, I'm getting close to my target, and I think the closer you get, the harder it gets. Like at the beginning, losing weight is amazing because you've never done anything like this before, and then it's falling off, and you know, you got ups and downs and whatever. So like I said before, my favorite dosage, or most effective so far, considering it's just under 9 months, which is just crazy, was the 7.5 mil, and I had that for a long time. So yesterday came to my injection, and rather than sticking with the 5 mil, I thought, you know what, I've got something else coming up. I've got another party, and I was kind of torn between shouldn't I, and I thought, you know what, go for it. So I went from 5 to 7.5, and you know what, wow, like again, my favorite one, because I get all my favorite symptoms coming back, and that's how I know it's working. I'd love to know about your experiences, by the way. But so I took the 7.5 mil literally 24 hours ago now, just before work, just getting ready, injected, and then within no time I get the boost sensation, which I absolutely love. That's how I knew it stopped working for me at the start of the year. So anyway, so I got that back, and all day I've had the sort of medicinal taste in my throat. And again, it's just that pressure that built up, that Mounjaro kick, whatever you want to call it. It's all working. And you know what? Came to my ending my fast, and because I was busy at work, and I was going to be busy, I thought, you know what, eat now, because I'm not going to get a chance. Even I wasn't that hungry, I was a bit hungry. Anyway, and it's not like a massive meal or anything. So I just finished my intermittent fasting, just over 16 hours, because it's sort of like now or never. And man, I couldn't even finish it. Like, that's the first time in a long time I couldn't finish my lunch. Again, I wasn't that hungry, but again, that's it. Making you full and doing everything you should be doing, right? And fine. Trying to obviously hit my macros with my protein and everything, and just like, honestly, it's been 24 hours and I still feel full now. Like mental. Came to dinner and I struggled to finish it. Again, I haven't struggled to finish. It's not like it's a lot of food anyway, but Like, wow. Like, this dosage for me is the one. 7.5 mil works for me perfectly. So, last week, the weirdest thing, and I genuinely mean the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. So, I train 4 times a week, and I try and hit every single body part there is, weights wise. So, like today now, I'm walking to the gym, and considering I'm, this is the only cardio that I do, is go for a walk really, walking to the gym. I save legs for Sundays. Legs is my favourite body part to train. I have the my strongest body parts there is on me. I love training that, and always on my day off, because in case I get a burnout, at least it's Sunday, I get to sort of try and take it easy. So I'm doing my legs as usual, getting stronger, not overdoing it, but I'm getting there. And came to, I think, second to last, I'm doing leg press. Again, I'm doing quite well, and it's just a straight, there's a vertical one, like 45 degrees, that was occupied, so I just did the straight one. Anyway, starting weight, 80 kilos, pushing it, great, okay, fine. And then as I'm progressing, I'm not even joking, I pushed and I felt my stomach fold in half. And I thought I burst something. I nearly shit myself. I'm in the gym, and I got my headphones, and I had to, like, after literally one, I'm like, bang! What the fuck is that? Oh my god! I'm looking like I thought I burst. I don't know. I don't know. So, so you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did say that I'm starting to sag from losing the weight, and I don't know if you see that. That was never there before. Like, don't know what that is. Again, I've got more weight to lose, but that's sagging, right? Never had that ever. Anyway, and then I'm sagging around, and then my stomach folded in half, like a backflip. And I shit myself, and I did what, I wasn't in pain and whatever. I got up, I checked myself, like making sure I didn't rupture, burst. What the fuck was that? Anyway, so I did what most people do these days, straight onto the internet. I used Google and obviously AI, and I first was like, go to the hospital and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not in pain, still typing, I don't know what to type. I just, like, my stomach folded. And then, like, if I still got the screenshots, I'll put it up here. And it basically reassured me, like, oh, it makes sense because you've lost weight and stuff like that, and it's called something. And I'm like, what the fuck? My stomach's folding in half now. Like, I've got this thing going on there. I've got saggy triceps now. Oh my god. Okay, cool. So, starting weight was 20 stone 12. I hate it every time I have to say this. Absolutely awful, and that was like the last straw for me to just to change. And like I said, I've had many ups and downs in this bloody journey. Some amazing, some absolutely mental gymnastics going on as well. Put me down, and lost 6.6 pounds. Sorry. So I lost 6 pounds last week. And again, I knew this would happen. It's just, like, unbelievable. So I weighed myself this week. Again, being really good and all that. Training, getting stronger, getting fitter. And I've not lost anything. Of course I haven't. It's just weird. Like, I think it was, if I was losing a pound a week, I'd be buzzing. But because somehow I go from nothing to like 150%. And then, but the body can't keep losing that much, right? I'm not running, I'm not starving myself like I used to, I'm not, you know, I'm just eating healthier, making better decisions, training as much as I can. I'm just taking it from there, really. So I am 16 stone. So I did look into this, which again, ask me this less than 9 months ago, I'll rip your hand off. My new clothes don't fit, which is it's just starting to annoy me now. So I've just decided to stop buying new clothes, because my target, never thought I'd say this, was to reach my personal best, which was 14 stone when I was like 21. But if I could beat that to whatever, unbelievable. So I was doing the calculations. So from my starting weight to 14 stone, I've only got, well, I say only, but I've got 33.3% left to lose. So it's Sunday the 28th, I think, 29th right now. So it's April on Wednesday. So that means I have 3 months to try and lose 2 more stone. If I could do that, if I can beat that, over the moon. Also, if you can like, subscribe and follow. I'm also on TikTok as well. I mean, I try and post different things on there. Sometimes I do try and post sort of different content that I can do on YouTube for different reasons. So yeah, that's about it really. I'll catch you in the next one.